You're sprawled on your couch at 3:14 a.m., one sock missing, scrolling through a Wikipedia rabbit hole about medieval torture devices, while a half-eaten bag of chips whispers your name from the coffee table. You meant to sleep hours ago, but your brain's decided now's the time to solve the meaning of life, or, at minimum, rehash that one time you mispronounced quinoa in front of your vegan coworker. Or maybe your brain's just staging a quiet coup. Let's find out. Not dramatic, just suspiciously strategic. Okay, so your brain's doing that thing again. Let's unpack it, shall we? Those weird, lazy sleep habits you swear are your personal failure. They're not just quirks. They're your brain's rebellion against a world that demands you function like a caffeinated robot. And here's the kicker. They might be proof you're wired for higher intelligence. Like, I just invented a new economic theory while staring at my ceiling fan wired. Staying up to argue with your own thoughts isn't self-sabotage. It's your brain flexing its intellectual biceps. And no, scrolling X until dawn isn't therapy, but it's closer than you think. Let's start with that thing where you lie in bed, eyes wide open, replaying every awkward moment from 2007 like it's a director's cut of your personal cringe compilation. This is rumination, and it's not your brain being a sadist. Psychologists say it's your prefrontal cortex working overtime, trying to solve your entire existence while you're supposed to be dreaming about flying or sentient tacos. Smarter people ruminate more because their brains are wired to dig for patterns and chaos. You're not just reliving that time you waved at someone who wasn't waving at you. You're a cosmic detective, dissecting human behavior. Your mind's like a dog with a bone, chewing on every what if until it cracks open some profound truth. It's why you see connections others miss, like how your coworker's passive-aggressive email mirrors medieval power struggles. The punchline: you'll solve world peace in your head, but still forget your neighbor's name. And here's where it gets weirder. Ever notice your best ideas hit when you're half asleep, staring at the ceiling like it's a canvas for your unhinged genius? That's the hypnagogic state, the twilight zone between awake and asleep, where your brain's DJing between dreams and deja vu Capri, and you're just vibing in between. Studies show this state boosts divergent thinking, your ability to connect wildly unrelated ideas. Einstein napped with a spoon in his hand to catch these moments. You're not Einstein. But when you're lying there at 2 a.m., mentally choreographing a TikTok dance to a song you haven't heard since middle school, your brain's weaving chaos into brilliance. You're not failing at sleep. You're storyboarding your next mental plot twist. The twist: you beat yourself up for not being normal. But normal people don't invent entire fictional universes in their heads at 4 a.m. Aha, you thought you were lazy, but your brain's out here painting masterpieces in the dark. But wait, there's more to this brainworm. You've got that one browser tab open from 3 years ago, some article about top 10 ways to organize your life. You've never read but can't close because it feels like betraying a version of yourself who might have had it together. This is decision fatigue, and it's not just digital hoarding. Neuropsychology says highly intelligent people struggle to let go of options because they see too many potential outcomes. Closing that tab feels like killing the you who might have been a productivity guru, or at least someone who didn't eat cereal for dinner 3 nights in a row. You're not disorganized. You're curating a museum of possibilities. It's absurd, right? You're clinging to a digital ghost like it's a life raft, but it's because your brain's playing a long game most people don't even know exists. Tell me the weirdest tab you've left open for over a year. I won't judge. Probably. Be honest. What's the tab you've kept open for way too long? I won't close mine if you won't close yours. Now, let's hit the midpoint, because this is where it gets real. You thought these late-night spirals were just you being a mess, didn't you? Wrong. They're your brain's way of protecting its autonomy. The world's obsessed with hacking your attention notifications, deadlines. That coworker who emails you at 11 p.m. about urgent spreadsheets, but when you're up at 4 a.m., Googling, "Why do I feel like an alien?" You're reclaiming your mind. This is your default mode network, the part of your brain that lights up when you're doing nothing. Studies show it's most active in highly creative and intelligent people, stitching together memories, emotions, and ideas into something profound. You're not wasting time. You're time traveling through your own psyche, building connections that make you, well, you, the refrigerator, hum in the background. That's not just noise. It's the sound of your mind refusing to clock out. If that sounds familiar, don't worry. We're already spiraling together. Let's pivot to those naps that turn into 3-hour blackouts, leaving you waking up convinced it's tomorrow. That's not laziness, it's polyphasic sleep. A pattern some of history's brightest minds, like Da Vinci, swore by. Your brain's rejecting society's one-size-fits-all sleep schedule, opting for short bursts that reset your cognitive flexibility. Research suggests polyphasic sleep lets your brain tackle problems from new angles, like rebooting a computer to clear the glitches. You're not wasting the day, you're optimizing your mind like a supercomputer while drooling on a throw pillow. The twist: you feel guilty for not being productive, but your brain's rewriting the rules of time. Meanwhile, you're apologizing to your cat for sleeping through your to-do list. It's like your brain's a rebellious artist, and society's just mad it won't paint by numbers. Then there's the refrigerator hum, that low, constant drone at 2 a.m. that's become the soundtrack to your existential crisis. It's not just noise, it's a motif, a reminder your brain's always running. This is hypervigilance, a trait linked to higher intelligence, your mind scanning for patterns, threats, or the meaning behind that weird look your friend gave you last week. It's why you can't just relax like everyone else. Like, your brain's a lighthouse, sweeping the horizon for something to solve. The hum's not just a sound, it's your mind's pulse, whispering, you're still here, still thinking, still alive. It's absurdly poetic for a kitchen appliance, but it's also why you notice things others don't like, how the hum's rhythm matches your heartbeat when you're deep in thought. One more turn, ever spend an hour rearranging your pillows to find the perfect sleep position, only to end up doom-scrolling X instead? That's procrastination bias. Your brain's sneaky way of prioritizing novelty over rest. Studies show intelligent people are more prone to this because their brains crave stimulation, even when they're exhausted. You're not avoiding sleep, you're chasing a dopamine hit from that one perfect tweet or article that'll spark your next big idea. It's like your mind's a hungry artist, rummaging through the fridge of the internet for inspiration. The twist: you'll curse yourself for not sleeping, but that late-night scroll just solved a problem you didn't know you had. What's the most irrational late-night thought you've had that somehow made perfect sense? But here's the gut punch. What if your brain only comes alive when the world's asleep because it never felt safe when people were watching? Maybe the real reason you stay awake isn't to think more, but because sleep feels like surrender, and your brain refuses to be silenced. You're not just avoiding rest, you're guarding the only space where you can be unapologetically you. It's not about being lazy, it's about being free. The refrigerator hum isn't just a hum anymore, it's the sound of your mind whispering, I'm still here. And yeah, that hits harder than you expected. So, we're at the end. And here's the thing: your strange, lazy sleep habits aren't a glitch. They're a feature. That 3 a.m. Wikipedia dive, that half-asleep epiphany, that browser tab you can't let go, they're your brain's way of saying, I'm more than a to-do list. You're not broken. You're just wired to see the world in ways most people miss. Maybe you're not scared of sleep. Maybe you're scared of silence without meaning, of dreams without witness. You're not alone. But even if you were, your thoughts would still keep you company. That refrigerator hum. It's not just noise anymore. It's the sound of your mind refusing to shut off, chasing truths in the dark. You're not here because you're lost. You're here because the silence finally had company. I'll be back soon, whispering the thoughts your search history avoids. Until then, take care of the part of you that still remembers how to breathe, and maybe hit subscribe. Not for insight, just so we can keep pretending together.